Okay, when we are saying about valsartan, and what we'll say, whatever is at present in terms of evidence, its use, its indication, and its preference in different class drugs. Now, valsartan has already stated that it's an ARB, angiotensin receptor blocker. Initially, it started as an antihypertensive agent. So even as an antihypertensive agent, you have multiple choices, isn't it? So why we are really embarking on ACE and ARBs? Because they, as a class, have shown, apart from controlling blood pressure, evidence as a vasculoprotective agents. When we say vasculoprotective, it has 2-3 components in a way that right from the beginning, because every disease, even hypertension, ischemic heart disease, they're an issue with endothelial system, a local autocrine system, a problem with your autoregulation of the vessels, dilatation and constriction. Her cheese, everything starts with that. And these drugs have shown to be improving that endothelial system. Then, if you go for various complications like atherosclerosis, renal, atherosclerosis itself lead to multiple complications in every bed of vasculature, either macro or micro, stroke, peripheral vascular disease, MIs, whatever. And these drugs, one way or the other, have shown something to do with that process of atherosclerosis as well, apart from controlling blood pressure, ACE and ARBs. Even they have shown reducing events, that means something to do with plaque rupture as well. And that makes sense in a way that if a drug is really working on that RAS system, renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system, which is a major component of all the pathologies going around with hypertension, IHD, heart failure. So these drugs will help. Now, peculiarity about valsartan is that this drugs, apart from other ARBs, has evidences in patients with heart failure. What are those trials? Can anyone name the valsartan in heart failure? Wellheft. Any other? Post-MI trial on valsartan. Valiant. So these drugs have shown 2 different component of CADs or additional complications. That CAD can be stable IHD, can be post-MI. Now in stable IHD hypertensive patient, you can use ARBs and valsartan or any other. But if your patient is in heart failure, then evidences are with valsartan, which are more. You have some evidence with candesartan as well in heart failure, which is CHARM. So candesartan can, but rest of the ARBs don't have strong evidences. They're not clearly contraindicated, but in terms of evidence base, heart failure patient with hypertension or without hypertension, you can give valsartan. Now the newer thing about valsartan is that since this ARB is showing multiple comorbid indications, it has studies in renal as well, as we were discussing, that in renal, what ACE or ARB really are doing, they are reducing filtration pressure by dilating efferent and afferent arterioles. So your GF filtration pressure reduces, which slows progression of renal dysfunction. So important drug. Nowadays SGLT2 has also shown some benefit in that, but ACE ARBs are the gold standard in that sense, that these are the drugs which reduced progression of renal dysfunction. And we are really depriving our patients of renal dysfunction with ACE ARB by saying that it's contraindicated in CKD. It's not contraindicated, it's indicated. But you have to look for potassium. If they are causing hyperkalemia, then you shouldn't be giving ACE or ARBs. In that condition, you have to stop. Otherwise, if your patient is maintaining a normal potassium, then ACE ARB should be given. So considering that comorbidities status in IHD or hypertension of ACE ARB and valsartan, and valsartan in terms of when we say ACE ARB, certainly ARBs are more tolerable as compared to ACE. ACE are cheap and have very strong old evidences. But when we are choosing among ACE or ARB in a newer patient with multiple comorbids, we usually choose ARBs nowadays rather than ACE. But if we want a cost-effective kind of treatment, we do choose ACE as well. But when we are ready for side effects, cough and all those things. But both are indicated. But valsartan has a preference that it's more tolerable, have indication of multiple comorbidities like heart failure, post-MI, CKD, protein, all those. Although there are other ARBs as well which have other indications as well. Since today we are discussing valsartan, so I am focusing. Otherwise, irbesartan has its own precurrent, telmisartan has its own. But post-MI and heart failure, strong data is with valsartan. That's why you see that when people are choosing for combinations, they are usually choosing valsartan. Why? More tolerability and multiple indications. That's why even with calcium channel blocker, people prefer valsartan combination. Nowadays you see there are multiple drugs available with calcium channel blocker, but the more which are flourishing are valsartan. Because a number of hypertensive patients are either heart failure, post-MI, so you want a drug which has benefit in all. So when you're controlling pressure with a combination drug, you choose valsartan and calcium channel blocker. And now even valsartan, calcium channel blocker plus thiazide as well. So you have 3 drugs in single pill. And nowadays you have multiple available drugs in market, and certainly the research brand is this one. Then even when they have chosen to combine an ARB with neprilysin inhibitor, they choose valsartan. Why? It has shown to be a good partner. तो हर की शादी इसी से करा रहे हैं. Amlodipine की शादी भी इसी से हुई, thiazide की, and we have even valsartan plus thiazide as well. So this drug in combination have behaved well as compared to, so nobody is taking risk to choose another partner. सब यही कहते हैं यही मेरा बनेगा साथी, ये मेरा. Now with sacubitril you have combined valsartan. It's a new compound altogether when you are combining valsartan and sacubitril. These are 2 drugs incorporated in each other. It's not kind of combination which is valsartan or calcium channel blocker, which are 2 separate drugs with different their strengths and combine in different. It's incorporated drug. And this combination is again very 48, 52, this kind of combination. 48 milligram?
49, 51.
49, 51. 49 is?
49 is sacubitril.
Sacubitril. And who knows about sacubitril? What is sacubitril? Can you define sacubitril for your junior? Anyone? Sacubitril. कितनी लिख दी होंगी. Sacubitril. Valsartan, we know ARB. ARB is angiotensin receptor blocker, which is angiotensin 2 blocker. It's affecting at, and it's affecting 81 or 82 receptor. There even angiotensin 2 has 2 kind of receptors, 81 and 82. So it's affecting on which receptor? Yeah, 81. While ACE is preventing conversion of angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. So there are differences between the two in a way that there are some of the angiotensin 2 is spared from ACE and you got in the system some local angiotensin 2 conversion is not taken care by ACE, but ACE has some because, and the even drawback is with that ACE blockage lead to increase what? I'm not remembering name. Why is it so? Which is the thing which causes cough, but it's also causes bradykinin. It increases bradykinin. It do cause cough, but it's a vasodilator as well to give additional potential benefit as well. But we are moving around from that sacubitril. What is neprilysin?
Neprilysin is the enzyme.
Yeah.
Which is converted to SC inhibitors 1 to SC inhibitor 2.
Neprilysin is, neprilysin degrades BNP. When you have a myocardial stretch or anything which is leading to increased filling pressure, that lead to release of BNP, beta natriuretic peptide. And this neprilysin degrades BNP. This BNP is there for beneficial effect. Vasodilatation, diuresis, pressure reduction, even taking care of fibrosis. So neprilysin, when you inhibit neprilysin, what you are doing, you are increasing BNP levels to stay more in the system. So you want more benefit of this BNP to be taken by inhibiting neprilysin. So this sacubitril valsartan combination, you are taking care of two different pathways. One is RAS and one is this BNP levels. So increasing BNP levels as well as you are inhibiting RAS system. So a postulate to get more benefit. But in conclusion, we can say that valsartan among antihypertensives or among ARBs is a better choice in a way that it's used in multiple indications. It has evidences multiple comorbidities. So we can use judiciously wherever we need, we can use as an option valsartan. Any question?